Welcome to another Nintendo Switch news roundup on the channel, and we may know when Splatoon 2 will come out. There is a listing on Game, which is a UK retailer, and I do believe they did leak the release date for the original Splatoon game as well. And I think that turned out to be true. I can remember making a video talking about that. So yeah, they're saying that Splatoon 2 will come out on the 18th of August, which again that's in the summer. I'm just disappointed that if it does turn out to be true, then it is in August and it's not in early summer, it is in late summer. So yeah, it could be true, it could be wrong. I guess we just have to wait and find out. So EA have been talking about the Switch. I think it's their VP or Vice President Patrick Sutherland, I think his name is. He has been talking about the Switch and he's been saying that, oh yeah, we've been a long-term partner with Nintendo. Basically, giving a load of old PR rubbish, saying, "Oh, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I'm really excited for Zelda Breath of the Wild." But there was one interesting quote in there, and that quote was, "We are not announcing anything else yet, but you can expect us to be there once the platform launches and takes off." So it sounds like to me that more EA support depends on how well the Switch sells. If the Switch takes off and sells really, really well, then EA will support it. But if it doesn't sell well, then EA won't, pretty much. So it all depends on how well the Switch will sell. So just thought that was an interesting quote. So the next thing that I need to talk about is something which I don't really care about, but I know a lot of other people do, is that there will not be many multimedia apps ready for launch. So stuff like Netflix, Hulu, stuff like that. There won't be many of those sort of apps available at launch. I'm not really that bothered about that sort of thing, just because I use my game console to play games, believe it or not. But I know people use that for their Netflix and gateway to Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that. So I guess that is disappointing. But I'm sure you've got another device that can connect to Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that. So the next thing I want to talk about in this video is something which I have mentioned recently on my channel, and that is the price of these accessories, and in particular the price of the Joy-Cons, which are currently going for around about £70, £75, and the Switch Pro controller, which is currently going around about £60, which is £20 more than the latest PS4 controller that released last year, which is the DualShock 4 V2, which is going for around about £40. A lot of people are put off by these prices, and I was at first, but then I learned something about the Switch Pro controller, which I didn't realise, that Nintendo were putting quite a lot of technology, or not just quite a lot, they are putting a lot of technology into the Switch Pro controller. So I think the price is justified. Actually, I am prepared to keep my pre-order and buy the Switch Pro controller just because it has gyro, it has the HD rumble that the Joy-Cons have got, and it's got the NFC reader in there as well. So all of that for £20 more, I think is actually reasonably fair. And I think it's good how Nintendo have given the players a choice. So if you want HD Rumble, then you don't have to use the Joy-Cons. If you want to use some sort of motion control, then you can still use the Pro controller and the NFC readers in there as well. I think it's good how Nintendo have given us a choice, and it's good how developers, they know that whatever controller somebody's got, they know that they can develop a game that takes advantage of gyro, takes advantage of HD Rumble, because they know that every Switch player will have that feature. Depending, or it doesn't matter what controller they've got, they will still have HD Rumble. Whether they've got the Joy-Cons and they like to use the Joy-Cons like separately or in the Joy-Con grip, or whether they've got the Switch Pro controller. Developers can develop their games knowing that they can use HD Rumble and motion control, and they know that everybody owning a Switch will have access to that. It's not optional, meaning that developers will not know how many players will have those features, with the Switch, they know that everybody will have motion control, they will have HD rumble, so they can take advantage of that within their game. So I think these prices are reasonable. I think £20 more and you're getting HD rumble and you're getting motion control, you're getting gyro in there as well as the NFC reader. I think that is reasonable, but I'm sure some people will say, oh, but I don't want that. I just want a flipping PS4 controller. I just want a flipping normal controller for the same price. Well, you may as well just go and get a PS4 then. And I'm just going to say it right now. I can guarantee you now that Sony will copy Nintendo with the HD Rumble. Sony, within their next controller, whether it is for the PS4 or the PS5, they will have HD Rumble at some point. I can guarantee it. So it's either paying for it now or paying for it for your favourite console of choice. So that's just my opinion. I think the price of these controllers are somewhat justified just because they do have quite a lot of tech inside of it, and that goes with the Joy-Cons as well, but they are still expensive, and I think local multiplayer will be a problem if you can't use your Wii U Pro controller and your Wii remotes as well. I don't think people want to spend like £75 just to get more Joy-Cons or £60 to get another Switch Pro controller. I just don't think people are willing to do that, and I think that could kill local multiplayer if you've got like 4 people. It's like there's 5 people in my group, so pretty much the only game we can play together at one time is Smash Brothers when that eventually does come around. But if there's just 4 of us, then I'm just going to pick up a Switch Pro controller, so that is one person sorted, and then I can split up the other. I can split up the Joy-Cons so that two of the other 3 can play. But then I'll still have to go out and pick up another set of Joy-Cons. So like if somebody wants to use another set of Joy-Cons for arms, then I'm going to have to go out and pick up another set of Joy-Cons. So yeah, I think the price, is putting off a lot of people, but I think it's important to remember that these are packing a lot of tech inside of it. So yeah, £42. I think that was the same price as the Wii remote for a single Joy-Con, and I guess 2 together, it's round about £75. So I guess you are saving a little bit of money, but it's still expensive nonetheless, and it is putting off a lot of people. The price of the system, the price of these controllers, and the fact that you have to pay for online now, all of that combined is putting off people from buying a Switch. They are seeing that as being too expensive, and that probably will put off a lot of families from picking up the system as well. The price of it is just too expensive for the conventional family probably. So yeah, I think that is going to be a hurdle for the Switch to overcome, but I'm definitely going to be picking up the Switch regardless. I'm going to pick up the Switch Pro controller as well. Not sure about the Joy-Cons. I have pre-ordered the grey Switch, and I'm not sure whether I want to go out and pick up the neon Joy-Cons as well. Not sure whether I will do that. The neon Switch seems to be selling out pretty quick. They don't seem to be producing that many of the neon Switch bundles. So yeah, let me know which Switch you pre-ordered in the comment section below. I just think the price of the Switch, yes it is expensive, but it is somewhat justified when you do learn that the Switch Pro controller has all of that tech packed inside of it, as well as the Switch Joy-Cons. And I think Nintendo should have done a better job of explaining what is actually inside of the Switch Pro controller, just because they never really gave out that detail in the presentation, and I only just found that out myself. So yeah, I think they could have done a better job of communicating that, and maybe some people may be a little bit more accepting of the price. So yeah, that's just it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on everything that I've talked about in the comment section below, but that is it for this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.